Good afternoon and welcome back to the shop. Today, as promised, we are going to take the wheel centers off of the Farmall M and roll it over there to get it painted. Now, I've been looking at it and it's like a dusty film or something on it. Some of it comes off and some of it is in the cast. I don't know, it just doesn't shine like it did when I first painted it, and it's probably from sitting here in the shop. So I've even thought about just sanding it and shooting another coat or two of red paint on it, but we'll see. Once I get everything like I want it, we'll look at it, see if it cleans up, and if it doesn't like I want it to, then yes, I will sand it and shoot it again. So let's get started. Taking the clamshells out of the center, and then we're going to take this off, lay it down on the blanket. And then we'll move to the other side, take that center off, and then I'm going to switch. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm going to move this over to the paint room and put one of the Super Cs over here. Then I'll put the other Super C back in the paint room for now. Well, one of the Super Cs in the paint room and one over here. Because I've still got stuff in the shop, and it's kind of easy to move around in here now, and I've gotten used to it. So I don't want to fill it up full of stuff again and not be able to walk around. All right, so. All right, there's two of the bolts out. I'll lay these down here for now. Let's get the clamshell out and then we'll slide this off, and that will be one. Let's see, that one up just a hair. Nope, that made it worse. Well, didn't scratch it up too bad. So let's get this down and we'll get the rest of it, get it off, and we'll move to the other side. But that may have gotten scratched when I put it on, so I can always touch it up. Well, that's it. It's just that simple. Let's figure out how I'm going to do this to get it laying over here on the blanket. That did okay. Set this one down real easy. I'm gonna spin this around. Go forward with it a little bit. Come down. Okay, I'm sure I'm out of focus or out of the camera, so we'll move it around. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is get this to where it is out this way. So when I continue to let it down, it doesn't hit the engine hoist and chip the paint, and I gotta paint them again. Well, that's it. We're gonna switch or just spin the transmission around and do the other side. So I'm gonna pause here and we'll come back when we've got it over there and taped off and ready to go for paint. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in just a few minutes, I hope. All right, it's the next night. We have the M in the paint room. I've got everything moved around. It has been scuffed with Scotch-Brite because they were already bare metal. I just wanted to knock a little bit of flash rust off. So I have come to a decision or a conclusion, made a decision, come to a conclusion. I don't know if you can see it here or not, but this is like primer and bare metal, but it had flash rust on it, and I don't want it to flash rust or rust, because this is going to be a trailer queen. So it'd be lucky if it sees dirt other than getting on and off the trailer. But that's where we are right now. I've got to clean the axles. I'm gonna shoot a little primer on them. Then we're going to spray them black. And once that's done, I'll come back and show you that. And I'll probably make this one complete video where the axles are black, that's been resprayed red. Well, wish me luck, and here we go. All right, I have it done. The axles are now painted black. This is supposed to be a low gloss black. We'll see how it dries out, because right now it's pretty shiny. But it's thick. It did feel some of the little rust pits that were under the clamshells, which is fine. I hadn't decided whether I wanted to paint the whole axle or just paint tape off where the clamshell goes and then paint the rest of it. But I went on and painted the whole thing. That way it won't be any rust on there, because I do not want it to rust regardless. And when I bought the donor transmission for this tractor, it was a 1945 Farmall M, and it had the metal gear shift knob on it. And I've already painted that when I painted these. So it's going to go back on my tractor. I think it's a pretty cool piece of history to have, because in war times, you couldn't get the rubber because they were using that for military tires. But they look pretty good. So I am going to make this a complete video. Once these axles are dry, I'm going to scuff the transmission housing and shoot a couple more coats of red on it. And we'll come back and see that when that's done. And I got a couple other things I'm going to paint red when I paint the transmission again. I like it when it shines. Well, that's it for this part of the video. Stay tuned as we finish it up with red on the transmission housing again. So till then, Have a good one, and we'll see you at the end of the video. Good Saturday afternoon, and welcome back. We are going to try to get some paint sprayed and finish up this video this afternoon. So let's go over what we've got done so far. The transmission housing has been sanded. The rust is gone. Primed both sides. I've got all the lock washers and bolts and hardware for the wheel locks, which are hanging over there. Motor mounts, top, front, clamshell bolts, everything's ready. I took and resanded the brake band covers. They've been sitting out since I painted it over a year ago, and they just didn't look good, didn't like them. So that's where we are with that. And this is the shaft that I made for the clutch. I took and machined the actual shaft, cut the end off that bolts to the clutch rod and clutch pedal, and welded that back on. It's drilled and tapped on both ends so it can be greased like it was at the factory. So that is it. I am going to mix up some paint, turn the fans on so that whatever dust is in the air will be pulled out. We'll give it a few minutes. I'm going to tack it. Then I'm going to start shooting some red paint. Fingers crossed, everything will look good when we're done. I'm probably not going to film any spraying. There's videos I've got of me spraying, so it's pretty much self-explanatory. But I will bring you back once all this is done. I'm excited to see the bright shiny red against the black. So let me go on and stop jabbering and mix up some paint, then get spraying. Stay tuned for the finished product. All right, it's about 3 hours later and it's done. I think it looks better this time than it did the first time I painted it. And I know that it's not, these lights are not the best lights in the world to see how the color looks, but it looks really good in person. But you'll get to see it when it's out in the sun. So, and that's what it's going to look like with the axles painted black. Looks really good. The only bad part about cast is it can be slick here and it can be rough there, but that's all because of the cast. But I'm happy with it. The hardware is done. Everything looks good here. All my bolts are done. Brake covers are done and look good. Happy with those. And last but not least, we've got the clutch levers done, and all my wheel locks are done. So that's it. Well, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for giving me some of your time. I know it's really busy here lately, especially around the holiday season, so it really means a lot when you watch the videos. And give us a thumbs up, and if it's your first time watching, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next video when we put this thing together and get it off the stand. Have a good night from Old Red Tractors, and we'll see you then.